What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Season 2, episode 1. What?
Let's go.
New studio. We're coming up in the world.
Dude,
Pretty crazy.
we are legit now.
We're
dog.
legit, bro. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yep.
Well, we got to thank a couple people. DJ Krisher, thank you so much, bro, for the electrician. Mom helped us decorate, helped us dial it in. Chad Robinson, big dog Chad.
What'd Chad Robinson do?
Internet, bro.
Oh.
We got the internet hooked up.
Making us connected to the world.
Ash Money. Love you, boo. Thanks for taking care of the kids and holding down the fort.
And Big 7 Deuce.
Uncle Ty, too.
I mean, a little bit.
Uncle Ty helped a lot.
7
We
Deuce.
wouldn't
Put
be
down
sitting
some
in a chair.
hours in this thing.
Yeah, I put down some hours. I was working on this thing for 4 weeks straight,
It looks good, though.
trying to get it
Looks good.
dialed. We'll hit the wide shot right now. Hit the wide shot. Wide shot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We got a lot more jerseys to get
Yeah, we do.
and a lot more decorations to put up.
Yep.
But this is the first week,
Yep.
so we're
Boom.
kicking it off.
Love it.
A1, baby.
Love it. Well, let's get right into it, Uncle Ty. What? The elephant in the room. What happened?
Bro, I got to say, the elephant in the room, whole HRC team, and then Jett Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence just like absolutely shitting the bed for A1. And I don't think they can disagree with that.
No, there's no rebuttal. They shit the bed.
Absolutely.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is we talked about it in the pre-race show. We nailed it literally on the head. I think I said Chase Sexton was going to win,
Mm-hmm.
and the arch nemesis of Jett Lawrence was going to be his bike.
I know. And then, but I was so close to being right with Eli Tomac winning. Bro, if he could have gone through that 90-degree corner and just
It
stayed
was
up,
on.
bro,
It
it
was on.
would have been one hell of a Tomac show, dog.
Dude, it would have been pretty cool to see that battle between Tomac and Sexton.
Yes.
But I mean, with Jett, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Does he bounce back in San Diego?
Absolutely.
I think so too. I told somebody that today.
As much of a shitty round it was for Jett,
Yeah.
he's going to come back with a vengeance in San Diego no matter what. Because
Yeah.
I think when he backs up into
Into
a corner,
Yeah.
he's a competitor. And no matter even, like, let's just say it is his bike on A1 and he wasn't
Yeah.
feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to go all out the window in round 2 because now his back is against the wall. If he has another one of these rounds, he's going to be done for the season. Bro,
Spiral.
like, I have the points in front of me right now, dude.
Yeah.
He is 12th in the point standings right now. He's already 15 points back from Chase Sexton. You know how much 15 points back is when Chase Sexton can get podiums? Like, if he has another one of these rounds, bro, he's already a whole entire race down. A whole another freaking main event down and going into freaking, the rest of the race. And you know how much those points mean when you're freaking in round 16 or round, 15 and you're trying to get those points back. Like, that's
Yeah.
a lot of points to be down round 1.
And then bad start in the main and falls twice.
Yeah. Like the second fall in the sand was like,
What are we doing?
yeah, what are we doing right now? Like, how are we
It
washing the front?
It's almost,
And then kind of staying in the same spot.
that's what I mean. I don't want to say he gave up, but it almost like you could tell after the second one, especially, he kind of was like, it took all the wind out of his sails and he was like done.
Well, I mean, you know this, and I think a lot of people could relate to this. And what I kind of was analyzing and what I was thinking, this is my opinion,
Yeah.
is like when you're feeling sketchy and you're riding on the edge and then you've already crashed twice in the same moto,
Yeah.
like there's a certain point where you're in your head where you're like, it's not worth it tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's
Yeah.
get out of this clean. Now, I'm not saying he didn't give up. I'm not saying he's quit pushing, but there's just a little like line of defeat that you feel where you're just like, fuck, let's just it is what it is. My night shot, but I got to get out of this night with
something.
And me being healthy and not out on a stretcher.
Yeah. What do you think about my theory of Jett's kind of alienating himself a little bit with all this hate talk? Like, he just talks about how much everybody hates him all the time. He's like, I'm okay with people hating me, and like, if nobody likes me, that's fine. I'm just gonna do me. Like, dude, not everybody hates you, Jett.
Bro, there's a lot of fans of Jett.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And it's not good to alienate yourself like that. And I really think that this weekend, showing up and having that much pressure on himself to win, to kind of, because he's alienated himself so much that the only way to prove everybody wrong, because it's like he feels like it's him versus everybody, is to win. And doing that kind of puts almost even more pressure. It doesn't kind of, it definitely does, right?
I mean, that's like kind of out that I feel like we never know what is going to be affecting him, but outside looking in, like looking at the overall picture of Jett Lawrence with the amount of pressure he has on him, with the fans that puts him on to perform. And then all of his interviews saying that, I'm going to be my goals are to be, breaking records and blah, blah, blah. And I don't care if the fans are going to, like me. I'm going to win as much as I can.
Yeah.
And dude, that's got to weigh on him.
Oh, it's
especially on what is he, 21?
Yeah, big time.
And when that stuff weighs on you, bro, and he has that amount of pressure, and then he picks the most inside gate and it even puts more pressure on him to freaking perform. Like, he should have just backed off when he didn't get that jump, but he tried to force it.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to force it. And then that Kawasaki tough block, we've seen it there all day on track walk. That thing was going to be a problem because it was the most inside.
Yep.
And it just got him. Like, what else are you supposed to do? Like, he knows better where he should have just took the defeat and cruise around. And, it feels like dead last when you're cruising around the inside behind a couple dudes. And then you just crawl up the inside. And that's all you can do in that position. If you try to force it against that tough block, how many times have we seen that in Supercross?
A million. And two, you nailed it on the fucking head, bro. Now, if he goes to San Diego, the domino effect is in full force, because all of a sudden he could have came out from A1, not forced the first corner, probably got a 15th place start and ended up 5th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now he forced it, wadded, then had to force it more and wadded again. And now to get his head out of his ass, he's got to go to San Diego and do good. And if he doesn't, all of a sudden, he's really spiraling out of control. And you went from Jett, the best, to now, who is this guy? Is it the bike? Is it this? Is it me? Is it this? And you're second guessing, and that's the worst thing you can do as an athlete.
Yeah.
Period.
That's where, like, I think obviously HRC is going to work on the bike this week.
Yeah.
But his mentality going into this weekend in San Diego, like, it's got to be on him. And whatever the bike setting he finds this week, you just run it and just figure it out on your own.
Well, one thing he's definitely going to need next week is some speed. And you want to talk about speed? Let's get into the first segment. Twisted Tea. Smack the competition. Dude, who's your pick? I have like 20 guys.
Smack the competition?
Yes.
Dude,
I mean, there's one winner.
I know, but with Eli Tomac getting the fastest qualifier since 2021, bro.
That's
he
wild.
Smacked the competition during the day. Like,
right?
If you weren't watching qualifying and feeling how everybody was so stoked for Tomac getting the fastest qualifier, like,
the crowd was electric in qualifying.
I know. When he ripped that lap, dude, it was insane.
If you haven't seen the lap, by the way, we have it on Track Talkers podcast. So go to the Instagram, check out Track Talkers podcast. We have Tomac's fast lap on there.
Yes. And for everybody that doesn't know, Addy's going to be going with HEP Twisted Tea Suzuki.
PMG.
Yep. My bad.
No, you good.
every round of Supercross and hosting the VIP experience.
Yep.
So we're going to be doing double duty with the VIP experience and track talkers at every single Supercross.
Dude, yeah, that was really fun this weekend. But you got to give it to Chase Sexton, right? We have to smack the competition to Chase.
I mean,
are we giving it to Shimoda or are we giving it to Chase? Because I know Tomac, by all means, he deserves a round of applause. Like, right, we got to give, where's that at? Let's give Tomac a round of applause. Right? But with that being said, who's it going to?
It's got to go with, honestly, for the main event performance, it's got to be Joe Shimoda with the smack of competition. Because Chase was not really a smack. It was more like it was kind of overdue. You know?
A little bit. I'll give you that.
And a little expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't a full smack where it was like, oh, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And Joe Shimoda getting the whole shot and then holding on to it and leading and winning the main event. That is Twisted Tea smack by the competition right there.
Oh, that to me changed his whole season. I talked to him in the press conference. I asked that question that we got on film or whatever. I was worried about him in the first heat where he kind of got a shitty start and he rode around and it looked like old Shimoda. Like, okay, he's still fast. We all know that, but he's going to be, bad start, 5th to 3rd.
Yeah.
Whole shot, pulled away, not pulled away, but pulled away enough from Juju, managed the lead, looked absolutely flawless every single lap,
Yep.
and won the race. And to me, that set off his entire series. Joe's odds of winning are 70% higher, the championship. Don't you think?
Yes, off of that weekend, but hopefully that snowball is going downhill and he's got to keep it going downhill.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm
who
saying?
we got. I'm not saying Joe's chances are 70% to win the championship because our boy Danger Boy is in the championship. This is going to be hard. I mean, I love Joe and Joe has speed and he looked great. Danger Boy was on another level.
Yeah. But the problem, what my problem with Joe right now is that Joe is starting to believe. He is not believing like concrete, like
which is wild.
Deegan, that motherfucker is like Mount Rushmore. He carved a few faces and he knows exactly who he is and what kind of person he is.
1000%.
Joe is like got the ladder and he's working up to the marble and he just started carving out like who Joe is. And this is a good step, a big step in the right direction of carving out who Joe Shimoda is. Because he has a little statue, a little gremlin on his shoulder that says you start slow and you're horrible in the beginning of the series. And now we have this new Joe Shimoda who just got the whole shot and main event win at A1. And I hope he can just carry that on through the West Coast.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to have to do with his starts, right? Don't you think, or no?
Yes and no. I think to win a championship and to be a championship contender, you're going to have to start like 10th and end up 3rd.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Joe can do that. That's the belief where he has to believe that he belongs up there and slice and dice through the guys he kind of looks up to or he's afraid of.
Yeah. Yep. Straight up. All right. Well, Twisted Tea smacked the competition. Joe Shimoda. Well, let's move on. Let's get into the 450 class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brought to you by Eks Brand goggles. Get them. Check them out today. Look, they're on Ty's desk. Show them off, Ty.
The Lucid.
Ooh.
Boom.
Fresh blue, fresh purple.
Let's go,
Best
baby.
goggles in the game. Come on. Where do we even start with the 450 class? Dude, it's so epic. I don't think I've seen anybody, like, I don't think I've seen, I know it's like every year it gets deeper and deeper,
Mhm.
but this year is going to be fun to watch. I mean, Justin Hill is phenomenal this year. Eli Tomac is so much better than I thought he was going to be.
Mhm.
Chase Sexton, on point. Jett Lawrence, still fast AF, made some mistakes. Now he's going to have to work from the back, which is even more exciting. Jason Anderson looked super good. Excited to see Jorge Prado and what he does. You know, he's a whole shot master. He's got so much potential, even though we said he was going to end up exactly where he ended up. You know, and he was happy with that too.
Yeah.
You know, when we talked to him, he was like, yeah, I'm stoked with that. This is my first Supercross. He said he rode Supercross for 3 weeks and then took like a bunch of weeks off and only rode for like 3 or 4 days before Anaheim.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yes.
Damn. He's
In an
doing really
interview.
good.
Yes, he's doing super good. So qualifying. Eli
Yeah.
Tomac, right?
Yep.
Jett Lawrence,
Yep.
Chase Sexton.
Yep. And then you got Ken Roxanne 12th,
13th, I think.
13th or 12th. One of those.
13th or 12th. Yeah, Kenny, we talked to Kenny after the race. He's like, yeah, I'm a racer. That's what he said.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, to me, whenever I had bad qualifyings, that's what I said too, but I was shitting my pants.
Yeah, you're just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yes.
I need to get together.
And some of those nights where I qualified my worst, I did my best.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, dude. Kenny got me. I was trying to do my RM fantasy picks, dude. And I was like, oh, Kenny doesn't have it tonight. He's not looking good. And then just, you know, he popped out, wins his heat race. It's just like, oh, okay. All right, sweet. And then fucking gets a good start in the main event and pulls out a second place and all over Chase after he stalled it.
Yeah. Like literally almost able to win the main event at some point. Like we thought, like I really thought like, okay, Kenny can do this.
And hunts down Jason Anderson in the beginning and passes him. And just seems to have energy throughout the whole main event to keep
Dude,
the gap.
And that's exactly what we said. And it's like, it pisses me off that these people are talking shit on us. Like, oh, you know, we said this and we said that about Kenny. No, motherfucker. You know what we said about Kenny? I looked at the replay. We said if Kenny wakes up and decides he wants to win, he will.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up. He was a little groggy, didn't have his coffee in qualifying, and then decided night show was go time.
Yeah. And we know, and like thinking about it even more, like I didn't check Kenny's segment times. I didn't go total deep dive, but like he also said in the press conference that he didn't really get a clean lap. And like we've all been there in
100%.
qualifying. Like you would still like to see Kenny up in the top 10, even if he doesn't get a clean lap. But when you don't get a clean lap, you don't get a clean lap and your lap times are shitty and everybody's super tight right now, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've had it millions and millions of times where I'm like trying to get a lap, and then I finally get my lap and 2 corners to go, a guy's rolling and I have to like jump around him, and then you kind of get like a quarter second knocked off, and that's 5 positions.
I know. But nobody in a million years, I thought, I mean, not maybe in a million years, but I can, this is harsh, but I don't think anybody had Kenny getting second place at Anaheim 1.
No, I don't even think he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think he was like, if I can podium, I'm stoked. If I'm top 5, I'm super stoked.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
get through A1. Yeah.
Like this is Kenny's first Supercross after his shock blowing up, you know, last year and racing in shape. But now he's second in the championship but right behind his buddy, Chase Sexton. And then 2, like, not to even mention, like, Justin Barcia in 6th, Justin Cooper in 7th, Justin Hill in 8th, Aaron Plessinger kind of had just kind of a flat ride in 9th, and then Malcolm Stewart in 10th after that horrific crash.
Yep.
In, you know, his heat race where I totally thought he was freaking breaking his back. Yeah. And then, dude, can we talk about Hunter Lawrence a little bit? Like, bro, dude, he was ripping.
Dude, Hunter is fast.
Bro, he was slicing and dicing before he went down.
Yeah. Like, I mean, good. And how much do you think that crash was because of Jorge Prado? Like, none. I know. Yeah, but think about it this way. I know it wasn't necessarily, Jorge Prado wasn't involved.
He crashed in front of Jorge.
Yes, but Jorge was about to go down, right? He barely pulled it off. Like, how much do you think that it was like just enough distraction where he caught an edge at the end of that whoop section? Because that whoop section was small, but it was hard.
I think, dude, the replay I seen, bro.
Yeah.
Hunter was on the ground before Jorge was even like getting tangled.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the Sam. But even to go back, like, it's kind of weird that Jett crashed on the outside, like 10 feet away from right where Hunter crashed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like a front end problem or like a end of the whoops problem. But like, you know what's so crazy is like, dude, we only had 9 whoops and we're already having difficulties. Like, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Dude.
I know those whoops get slick, but like
that was the major issue, right? It was cupped and it was slick. You could tell that there was a major traction issue with the whoops.
Bro, dude, it's Anaheim. And it was like hard packed. It was getting hard packed like it normally does.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this in a long time, so I think it threw everybody off guard. And now everybody lives in Florida, so they have good dirt over there. They're not, practicing on hard packed blue groove tracks.
Yeah, I mean, other than
Kawasaki,
Jason, right?
yeah. I mean, Jason, Kawasaki are, and on the test tracks out here, anybody that comes out here gets hard packed tracks, but
yeah. What could have been, huh?
And dude, the sneaky guy.
Who are you talking about?
Dude. Cooper Webb finished 4th.
Dude, did you see
Just a
him?
silent assassin, dog.
Did you see how fast he was going at the end? Like, oh my god.
I thought he was going to catch Jason.
I thought he was too. Jason was on the move too. That's what I mean. It's like, this year is going to be realistic. It's unbelievable the level of competition we have because Cooper Webb, dude, after the sand section, and then you do that like double over, triple, whatever you want to call that thing. And then there's the left and right. Cooper Webb was hitting that turn like I didn't see anybody all night long.
I know.
He had it pitched before he even got to the apex of the corner, slid it up and was on the gas and had the sickest rotation and speed. It was poetic. It was poetic. I haven't seen Cooper Webb slang like that since he was on his 250.
Yeah, and if he can stay in the top 5, because I know hard pack tracks is not really Cooper Webb's vibe. We all know that. I think everybody in the world knows that, including Cooper Webb.
Yeah.
But if we can get to a rutted, soft, gnarly track, dude, that motherfucker is going to get a couple W's if he stays in this. If he stays in striking distance of the championship right now, like, he knows what he needs to do to win a championship. And he strategizes towards that. Yep. Like, just like how Jason Anderson, like, I was making a bet with Nick, or he actually pussed out, but he was going to make a bet with me. Jason Anderson wasn't going to be in the top 5 at Anaheim. And I was like, oh, just wait. Let me just check some results. Yeah, I checked the results last year. Jason Anderson, I'm pretty sure he got 2nd or 3rd last year in Anaheim 1. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Jason Anderson is going to be doing good Anaheim 1 again.
Yeah.
And it's like, what I was trying to tell him was like, dude, these guys are such veterans. Like, when they get to a track or a place that they've had success in the past, like, it's just a familiarity thing with the dirt and the vibe. And all it takes is a vibe for any one of these guys to win or feel good to be able to put themselves in an opportunity to win that night.
Yeah. What are the big notes for 450 class? I mean, one of them has to be Brees taking out Ferrandis in the LCQ and Ferrandis not making the main, right?
Yes. Talk about some shit happening.
Like, dude, and you even said it. We were sitting side by side for all you fans, me and Tyler and I. And Ty said, as soon as the 450 gate dropped, we looked at the 450 like the 450 LCQ, and it was like Malcolm Stewart, Ferrandis, Colt Nichols,
Ryan Brees.
But Tyler literally said, he was like, hey, tell these fools they better get ready to see how fast these motherfuckers are.
Yeah, it's true.
Because, dude, I don't know, like, even for me when I was racing LCQs, and I know for you, like, I could do it for 5 minutes. I could go fast for 5 minutes.
Bro, people just don't
and the track's prepped way better.
Dude, the LCQ for me was like the best track I've ridden all freaking day because I always 450B practice after every single one of those motherfuckers. So it's like the LCQ was the best track. Then you were up battling in the front, so you actually had some clean track. You weren't worried about anybody else riding beside you. You're riding, one or two people, and they were all pushing, and that was, that was the best you rode all night long.
Yeah.
And dude,
Ferrandis got a taste, bro.
And Ferrandis, like, he thinks he's himself in the LCQ. Like, lap times is not what you're worried about in LCQ. Like,
nope.
It's all about position and where you're out on the track, and if that guy left the door open. It's 100%. All about being the fourth guy.
And it's just like when you race Barsha, when you race Vince Friese, you got to know Brees is going to take you the fuck out.
Especially, like, it's equivalent to racing for position on the last lap in the main event when you're in the top 10. Like, you're going to get whatever needs to get done to get that position.
Yep. And, Brees did his job, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry.
You can't be mad about it.
No.
Like, Malcolm Stewart, you could tell Malcolm Stewart had one hell of a start on the outside and just cut down on those motherfuckers in the LCQ and did it the right way. He was super calm,
and
patient.
He almost died in the first jump.
But you could tell, like, even when Malcolm Stewart passed somebody, dude, he would protect the next corner on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what.
He knew that just because it said 27 on the side, not one 3-digit guy gives a shit.
No one's giving you favors in the LCQ.
Nope. We don't care if it's Kenny. We don't care if it's Chase. We don't care if it's Ferrandis. We don't care who it is. If it's LCQ and you're in it, that's open game.
Yeah, if you're in that 4th to 5th spot, no matter what lap you are on, dude,
yeah,
they're going to fucking take you out.
Now, main event,
way
20
different.
minutes, and Chase is dead last, and I'm in 19th.
Yeah.
I'm throwing up my left hand like I'm getting out of the way. Like, I know that's not going to happen. But if I got 5 minutes and we're making the main event and I'm in position and Chase comes up on me, I'm going to race him like it's whoever.
Oh, absolutely.
Another big take from 450 was, you already said it, but Malcolm's crash.
Oh, dude.
This close to the end of the season.
I know. And you know what's crazy? He crashed last year in A1 too, but way gnarlier.
Was that A1 where he flipped over the front? Oh my God.
Remember that?
Oh, I
feel
remember
like
that?
I feel like it's set
like it
off
click neutral or something?
Something in the ruts or whatever, but it set his whole tone for the rest of the season, and I felt like he never really came back from it.
Yeah. Is that it for 450?
Yeah.
I feel bad. I feel like we should give Chase more love.
Bro, this is the thing, dude. It's round 1 of a 17-round championship. He needs to keep on doing what he's doing. Just like how he said in the interview after the races. And if you guys are watching, go check those interviews out because there's some good stuff in there, and those are going to be coming out every Sunday.
Dude, Chase was on. He looked good.
And he found his signing on Monday where he felt like he could be what was his wording? A contention for championship or a
he said Monday he felt like he could win.
Yes. He found a setting that he felt like he could win, and it was a feeling that he's been looking for, that he's gotten outdoors, but he hasn't gotten Supercross, and this setting gave him that feeling that he's gotten outdoors.
Monday.
Hey, doesn't matter when it happened. It happened.
Okay, so pretty much takes for the 450. Chase Sexton wins. Looks solid.
Yep.
Finally, the Chase Sexton we've all known he could be.
Yep. Ken Roczen, crafty veteran, doesn't give a fuck about qualifying, and you better never count this motherfucker out no matter what.
Boom. Eli Tomac, get ready because he's going to have the red plate at some point.
Mm-hmm. Jason Anderson, if the track's hard-packed, you better have him in your top 5.
Jett Lawrence, got to get the bike. And you gotta, Jett, you gotta stop alienating yourself. You gotta stop thinking that everybody hates you. Bro, so many people love you. Do your thing, bro. You don't need to worry about proving anybody anything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to worry about the records. You need to worry about San Diego. That's it.
Hey, one race at a time, dog.
Jorge Prado, potential.
Hey,
right?
Another guy who has potential, Cooper Webb. Waiting for East Coast to start, and this motherfucker is going to go on fire.
I mean, are we just listing them all off? Justin Hill, 8th?
Back all right, dog. His back is all right. I talked to him on Track Walk, and he was feeling good. He said his brother might be racing Daytona, maybe.
Let's go.
Let's go.
450 class, brought to you by Eks Brand. You ready for 250?
Hey, I'm always ready, bro.
Stan Benson Racing, 250 class. Dude, you're home for ETS, fuel, and Pirelli tires locally, Bakersfield. Go check them out.
Hey, talk about Bakersfield. Let's talk about the Baker boys for a second. I don't think all 4 of them have raced together ever. We're talking about Ryder DeFrancisco looked fire.
Dude.
I got to get some more info on Davey Millsaps if it's his actual trainer, but goddamn, that boy has been putting work in.
Dude,
fit, grown up. He's got fitness. Maybe he got pumped up a little bit towards the end, or right where Jordan Smith was all over him.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have Brock Bennett, another Baco boy, a little bit younger than all of them.
Yep.
He did good. I think he qualified for the night program.
He qualified for the night show. I think he got 15th in his heat race.
Yeah, he got 15th in the heat race. Didn't crash out. Didn't get hurt. Ready for San Diego.
That's a Stan Benson racer.
Yep, that's a Stan Benson racer. Then we have Styles Robertson. Back after a whole year off, looked phenomenal in practice.
Yep.
Still got the speed and skill to do it. Doesn't have the fitness in the main event.
Does not, but that's okay.
That's okay. Another interview for our Sunday after race, post race podcast.
Yep.
And then we also have Jett Reynolds, who actually finished one round of Supercross.
We made it through the main. I think we got last, right? What did we get?
Bro, I think he got last, but it took him 3 years to finish his main event. Holy fuck.
Dude, I hope after, I know he's club, but I hope he, went over to Mitch and was like, Mitch, I'm going to give you a hug, bro. I made it, dog. Yeah, he got 22nd, but we don't care.
We don't care. As long as he's racing for San Diego and he's healthy and he made it through his first round ever, it took him 3 years to do.
Yep. Yep. Okay, dude. Danger boy. Danger.
Bro.
He looked... Dude, I know I hella love Danger Boy. I love Danger Boy. I love his style. I love his shit talking. It's just sick.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, he looked strong.
Boy looked beefed.
Didn't he? And did you see the way he was turning the bike and moving it in the air? Dude, I'm telling you, if that kid's in the top 5, just call it a dub. Just call it a day. I don't think Juju, man, if Juju can do, I don't even want to get on that. We need to talk about that. That's a whole nother piece.
Yeah.
Danger Boy looked good. He looked like he had so much bike control. Just like Jett, though, you got to get the start.
And too, bro, this is what I love about racing, dude.
Line them up.
Line them up. You got to perform at this time on this gate drop every lap, no mistakes. Doesn't matter how fast you are. Doesn't matter what everybody assumes, but you got to do it at fucking, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night on a single gate drop. Money's on the line. And dude, I love Danger Boy too, but bro, he didn't do it.
Nope.
He fought his ass off.
Dead last to 5th, right?
Dead last to 5th. But right now, You know who's going in with the red plate to San Diego?
Joe Shimoda.
Joe Shimoda, dog.
Red bike, red plate.
Red bike, red plate. Danger Boy's got to prove himself just like how Jett has to prove himself. Bro, in the West Coast, like, Danger Boy can't have another one of those rounds. The West Coast is short.
Yeah.
You need, I mean, all the previous winners, never off the podium on every single race. And
seriously?
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, not every single one, but a lot of champions were never off the podium in their championship run.
Yeah.
For West Coast or East Coast.
I'll get the stat for next week, but there was like Ryan Dungey didn't finish outside the top 5, I think, for 3 years. It was every race he lined up for.
But that was even 450, right?
Yeah. That was
I'm talking 250.
Yeah.
Like Trey Canard's championship, I guarantee you wasn't off the podium.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I mean, he kind of has a little bit of a hole that he's got to dig himself out of.
Yep. Not as much of a hole as Jett, but
you know what I'm saying?
He has half the time.
He has half the time. He's got a lot more races.
So it's almost equal to what Jett did himself because he has half the time, right?
Yes. Almost. So Danger Boy's got to have a good round. Like, as much as, he was ripping and he is the fastest guy and he's the best guy in that class.
Yeah.
You got to you got to cross the finish line first.
Okay, Juju.
Bro, he's 18 years old and just absolutely ripping. If he could calm down a little bit and get some of his qualifying speed.
He did calm down.
I think he did.
In the main, I meant.
But with fuck. I just felt like he had a little bit more speed during qualifying.
He definitely had bursts in qualifying that were insane.
Yeah.
Like some sections where I was like, whoa, that was fast.
But this was his first podium, right? I believe so.
I'm not sure. We're going to have to call Clinton Fowler.
Yeah.
The statistician.
But, dude, with his first podium, I'm just calling it his first.
Yep.
Maybe not. Maybe.
Yep.
But, like, he's going to get a little bit more relaxed in that position, and he's going to find a little bit more speed, and he's going to find more of his lines and kind of open up the track. And I think that's going to equivalent to more speed.
I mean, we talked to him after the race, after the press conference.
Yeah.
And he also said, old him would have went for the win and probably crashed out.
Yeah.
And, to me, that's saying that maybe he did have more speed in the bank, but he knew he couldn't pull it off that night.
Well, that track was pretty technical too.
And it was hard to pass on.
Super hard.
Like, where was the passing spots? It seemed like the section that zigzag across the start, the straights, was a good section to pass. And then the far side after like the only and longest rhythm, then you went like over that table triple. It seemed like right there into that corner, and then the next corner was a good passing spot. And then you could set up for the quad into the finish to where that 90 left before the finish. There was a few passes there.
Yeah.
But as far as the other parts of the track, and even the parts I was talking about were still hard to pass on.
Yeah. I mean, the switchback, I loved how the track was long.
Yeah.
Just for the racing aspect of it and just not seeing the track get completely tore up. But when you're doing switchbacks and left to rights, like, it's hard to set up passes because you're S-ing the whole time. So one bike is taking up the whole track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we'll see in San Diego.
Cole Davies.
Bro.
What? He came from dead last too.
Dude, just silky smooth.
What did he get?
I'm going to check it right now.
Dude, I think he ended up like 8th. And he came from the same spot. Cole Davies, 8th. 8th place. A rookie, first ever Supercross, announced he was going to be racing Supercross not even that long ago. And comes from last to 8th place.
He had, I saw the segment times that he had. He had the fastest segment time in, I think, section 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And he was the fastest out of everybody in the main event. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, AMA breaks up the track into segments, and you can look at segment times on the live timing website if you're at AMA Supercross or AMA or Supercross Live or what.
Dude, Supercross is just so much fun to watch. I mean, Cole Davies last year, we knew he was going to be good, but it's just hard to predict if a kid is going to come out to the big leagues and show that same potential.
Well, and too, just the amount he stepped it up in the offseason, like, yes, he was a good amateur, but if he was the same skill level as last year, bro, he would have got his ass whooped. And with him being over at Star and being able to elevate himself in that type of environment, says a lot about where his mental state is at, how much work he's putting in, and just the future of that kid if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, and like, just for instance, Parker Ross, same, I would say same level, got a different ride, different program.
Bro, I mean, you could
he didn't even get smacked. Like, that's still a good ride. Parker Ross 17th is still really good and really fast.
I mean, if you guys want to listen, let's not skim over all the rookies right now, because I think this is the future of the sport, right? So I'm pretty sure. So Cole Davies was definitely a rookie. Please in the comment section. Avery Long, I believe, was his first ever Supercross as well. He's a really good racer. I've seen him. He's a tall kid. He's one of the taller kids that's going to be around for a while. And then Noah Viney, Gavin Towers. I mean, you could even put Styles Robertson in there, and Jett Reynolds. All basically are all rookies in Supercross. So I think Sal Robertson has 1 year underneath his belt, but he's just been hurt a lot.
And we didn't even talk about our boy Lux Turner, bro.
Dude, Lux was looking
He was in fifth
all day long.
Like third in the heat or something like that for a while, second or third, and then running fifth in the main event for a long time.
Yeah, and then, dude, I think out of the first time qualifying or second time qualifying, he was like overall 8th somewhere, like ripping.
I mean, it's truly unbelievable. Another thing that I saw this weekend that I was really impressed with, and every time I watch the kid, I'm impressed with them, is how Cody Schock handled the last turn section with Hayden Deegan. I know Hayden Deegan got the best of him.
Yeah.
But when he rolled over the finish line, Hayden Deegan really did like a gnarly move on him. A move that would piss most people off, especially since Hayden Deegan already has past bad blood with Cody Schock by taking him out in a main event, right? And right after the finish, Cody Schock just gave him like a good race thumbs up.
Yeah.
And that kind of maturity and that tells me, it tells so much about who Cody Schock is and how mentally strong he is to be able to just thumbs up, he passed me, move on, don't care. Because there's so many guys that have let Danger Boy get under their skin and just wave them and just completely take over and consume them. Cody Schock's not doing that, dude. And Cody Schock is just going to get better and better and better and better and better.
Yes. I believe so. I hope Cody Schock gets an opportunity to lead one of these 250 West main events or even a shootout, because, dude, the kid has been stepping it up year after year.
Yeah, he's going to podium this year.
I hope
I'm going to mark my words. We'll see how those words age, but I would not be surprised if Cody Schock podiums this year.
And speaking of Danger Boy talking shit to everybody, we need to address the real elephant in the 250 West class.
I think we're going to address that on the next segment. That's going to be our next segment.
All right.
But, okay, last thing. We got to talk about Garrett Marchbanks a little bit, or no?
Well, it says Garrett Marchbanks got the whole shot in the main event.
Bro, how crazy is that?
Bro, my boy got a whole shot.
Like, finally.
I know, and he seems like be figuring out his starts.
And we talked about that too in the A1 preview show. It's like
Post-race show.
no preview.
Oh, and we got an interview with him after the race.
Yes, but in the preview, you talked about how he needed to be West Coast so he could get out of the hole and have a better shot on the more hard-packed dirt, which he did. And we talked to him after the race. He said he got a little arm pump. But, dude, Marchbanks looked good.
Yes.
He looked fast.
Bro, he looked really good. As long as if he could settle into that spot.
And not get arm pump?
Yep. And I don't know, dude, arm pump is one of those mythical, I would just say creatures, is because you can get arm pump from a multitude of things, right?
Yeah.
You can get it from gripping too hard. You can get it by just
being nervous.
You can get it from just being straight mental and just freaking out.
Yep.
There's a lot of things, and a lot of people get it for different reasons. That's why it's so hard to diagnose where it's from, because it could be a multitude of things. But if he can figure it out, and I hope he does, he's going to be up there fighting for podiums every weekend.
Okay. So let's sum up the 250 class. Joe Shimoda, huge win, huge momentum for the season.
If he allows it to be momentum.
Yep, if he allows it to be momentum. Anything else? I mean, that's my big takeaway. Danger Boy, to me, it is what it is. I'm not going to be surprised whatsoever if he comes out in San Diego and wins. If he doesn't win in San Diego, then we're going to have to go home and work on starts.
Yeah.
That's it. But he got the whole shot or not the whole shot, but a good start in the heat and just absolutely annihilated. So,
yep.
I mean, I'm not really too worried about that.
And Juju Beaumer absolutely just
did what he was supposed to do.
Did what he needed to do. Put a stamp on where he needs to be in this championship. And if he can collectively get some weekends together and just not go down and just get podiums and be up there, bro.
Yeah.
Huge.
I think my last takeaway from the 250, which is kind of a bummer, is Evan Ferry blowing his Achilles out.
Bro, he looked good.
That was probably the best I've ever seen him ride.
And I even had notes in there from practice. I'm pretty sure he was the first 250 rider to bust out the quad right before the finish line. I mean, he was before everybody in the A class, in the A practices, but he busted it out, I'm pretty sure, on like the last lap of free practice before they fixed the landing of the on-off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. When he did that, I was like, oh, he's feeling himself.
We're here to play.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps up the 250. Stan Benson Racing. Slade Varola, Brock Bennett. 7th and 8th in the LCQ. We'll get up there next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. Next segment, bro. This is really that. I think this is probably, it's not probably, it's one of the biggest things that's happened in a few years. And I think it's the biggest, most interesting thing that we've had this weekend. Acerbis Plastics, the best plastics in the game.
Absolutely.
Brings you Big W or Big L.
Are we going Big L?
Levi Kitchen. What is it, bro? Is it Big L or Big W? Is it the Big W that he got away from Danger Boy and he skated through that? Or is this one of the biggest L's he could take in his career? I mean, we talked to Peter Park, right? Tell him what he said.
He was just like, dude, honestly, he was curled up in a ball, and he's like, I believe like he probably shouldn't have even been there, but he had to give him a shot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, take that for what it is. I mean, he did get geared up and go, and try to practice in free practice, and he didn't look good. He looked sluggish. His reaction times looked slow, but depending if it's a W or L, time will decide on what it is.
Well, that's not what we're here for. We're here to stamp it.
Right now, it's a fucking L.
Big L.
Bro, I was looking at his post, and Danger Boy commented as like the day was going on, and he just said, really, bro, question mark.
I mean, dude.
You can't win in that situation, bro. Because you never know. Like, I just hope that it's not, like, I hope it's like, as bad as this sounds, I hope it's like just like a flu or something where he'll be like 100% in like a few weeks. because he only has a few weeks.
Yeah. And the other thing too that I was talking to you about that, I mentioned is one of the things about getting sick like that, usually, hopefully for Levi Kitchen, means you're working the hardest you've ever worked. Because I remember when I was really deteriorating my body and working my ass off, I got sick a couple times bad.
I know, but the theory about that is like, why are you deteriorating your body this late into coming into Anaheim 1? You should be on cruise control in December, dog.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
That's why they set up boot camp in September, in the beginning of November.
Yeah, we don't know about the sickness either, though. I mean, that's 100% true. But I always came in to Anaheim before Anaheim, right around that Christmas month when we were backing off, right around that Christmas time, right after I'd get sick so many years in a row.
Bro, you got sick every week before A1.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Is part of that mental? I bet part of me being sick was mental because I was so worried about being sick.
100%. Stressed out.
That could be
susceptible to freaking viruses.
That could be Levi. He was so stressed about having to race Danger Boy that
allegedly.
Yeah, this is us bullshitting. I mean, if I was Levi, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be stressed about racing Danger Boy, wouldn't you?
Yeah. If I was Levi with his I don't know, I'd say fuck it. Bring it on.
Yeah, yes, that's what you say, but you know that he's your competition and you want to beat him, and that's why you get stressed because you want it. That's what Levi wants more than anything right now is to fucking beat Danger Boy. I guarantee you,
knowing Levi and how much of a competitor he is, this is the last thing he ever wanted.
Yes, without a doubt. Especially because he knows it makes him look like a little bitch.
It does. Outside looking in, it does.
I mean, obviously from the inside, it is what it is. And we're going to be talking about something totally different next week. And we're going to be all stoked to see how stacked the 250 class is on East Coast.
Yeah.
But for right now, definitely it's unfortunate because he obviously was really sick. He's a competitor. Yes. And he wants to win the championship. He wants to give himself the best shot. And he just didn't have it.
Yep. And to finish out that note, a little sidebar, Drew Adams will probably be in for San Diego and the remainder of West Coast rounds. So that will be pretty sick because that kid rips.
Dude, I know he rips, but I swear I hope somebody fixes his back shock and his setup. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Why does he run it so dead and down in the back?
Bro, he doesn't like to get bucked, bro. Why does anybody do that?
I mean, I know, but that doesn't, who knows?
You haven't even seen his bike this year, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Who knows? Okay. Big L, Big W, what was it?
For me?
Yep.
Big L was probably Derek Kelly crashing and totally KOing himself in practice and not even getting to be able to line up and race. Did you see that video that Derek Kelly posted?
Nope.
Bro, it was on the long rhythm and he doubled and then was on the side of a rut and just threw the fattest whip on that triple, but this way overdid it. He was just trying to recover and he just fucking landed and just totally KO'd himself. And I saw him in a neck brace and I just hope he's all right.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's the big dub?
Big dub?
Big dub.
I say we're going to keep with the freaking 250 theme.
Dude.
I'm going to say Ryder D, bro.
That's a good big dub. I thought you were going to say Shimoda again. Ryder D is the dub, dude.
Ryder D I know that motherfucker put in an astronomical amount of work this season because of how much he has gained on the leaders. Dude, that does not go unnoticed, and people need to recognize on how hard that is.
Yeah, they have no idea.
No idea.
His fitness
to make that jump of just even growing up and looking like a man and looking that strong and just be finishing out main event as strong as he did. I know he probably tightened up a little bit, it looked like, towards the end.
Yeah.
When he had Jordan Smith all over him. But, dude, like, he's never been in that podium spot before.
No.
You know? Other than that heat race win last year in San Francisco. But, like, still.
He was in a legitimate spot. Where
and was up there and racing and had the speed. And,
yes.
you know, if he didn't tighten up and loosen up a little bit more, he could have held that for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just stoked to see him back where he kind of needs to be and where he should be.
Yeah. Man, I got so many big dubs from the weekend. Big dub, Justin Hill. Big dub, Chase Sexton. Big dub, Ken Roxon. I mean, those and big dub goes to Eli Tomac qualifying.
Yeah.
Big L, my big L, Jett Lawrence. He'll get it. He'll get it.
Yeah.
He'll get it. I'm not worried about him. He's one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks to Acerbis. We appreciate that, but we're moving on. You know what we got next?
What?
Calco's Plumbing.
Ooh, in the trenches.
In the trenches.
Who's down in the trench right now? Digging themselves out.
Well, Marsh is going to have to dig himself out.
Ooh. Benny Bloss is going to have to dig himself out. He got DNF.
Jett's going to have to dig himself out.
Colt Nichols is going to have to dig himself out.
Danger Boy's going to have to dig himself out.
Dylan Ferrand is going to have to dig himself out.
I mean, that's getting it, right? Right. Let's talk about Dylan for a little bit.
Oh, my boy, dog.
Dude, he did not look good at all weekend from press day all the way through. He just looked rusty.
Right?
Is he hurt? Is he not fit? Is he not gelling with the 25? Is this 2025 the outdoor bike and not the Supercross bike? Because all I've heard is how good this Honda 2025 is.
I mean, his back shock looks soft.
Dude, but Dylan always runs it like that.
I know.
Like, I was talking to somebody, and
What?
they're like, he was running like 110 or something on the factory connection setup.
God damn, that's so low. But, like, to add on to Dylan Ferrandis' program, like, after the press conference on Weed Show.
Just to fill a fact, that could be total bullshit, the
Yes.
110 thing. But that's what it looks like, and that's what I've heard. So,
Yeah.
period. Keep going.
And then, too, after the pros press conference show with Weege,
Yeah.
he interviewed Zach Osborne, and I guess Zach Osborne had a group of riders, and then Dylan Ferrandis added on to that group of riders, and he's been riding with Zacho, and Zacho's been with Joey Savacci and a few other riders.
Yeah.
And they've been putting work in, but I don't know. It just, I mean, with something's not gelling. I don't know if it was just a bad night or what's going on, but he definitely needs a rebound in San Diego.
Yeah, and honestly, too, it could be. I mean, what do you think about the feeling of him not being on a full factory bike? Do you think that's hindering him? Because, I mean, I know that bike's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's bad. It's not a bad bike.
Yeah.
But it's not a factory bike either. And Dylan Ferrandis is used to being, I mean, Dylan Ferrandis won the outdoor championship on Factory Star Racing Yamaha.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's on a independent Honda team.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, with Dylan Ferrandis' caliber over at Phoenix, like, I got to think, like, he's getting some info on setting up the bike.
Yep.
So I don't think it's that far off, but it's definitely not factory.
Yeah.
And whatever that means, like, it could be time, it could be, bikes blowing up. Not bikes blowing up, but it just, the efficiency of Phoenix Race Honda is not the efficiency of HRC.
No.
And that comes with just, parts and just the availability of shit when shit breaks or goes wrong. Like,
yeah,
it's just exponential when you're on factory compared to on even a semi, satellite team like Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was riding for PMG, like before when they were HEP the first couple years, I mean, dude, if there was a couple times when I had to like get my own parts because we didn't have the parts.
Yeah.
You know, and Ferrandis ain't doing that.
No.
And that happens on those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like where they're like, oh, shoot, maybe there was a miscommunication or we just ran out of that and we have to order from this person and they don't have it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Dylan Ferrandis' schedule is, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then he misses Friday, and then all of a sudden he hasn't ridden for 4 days, and that happens twice, and there goes 2 weeks.
Yeah. And like, you guys got to understand, like, you have to live and die by your schedule.
Yep.
Especially in the off season. And
Yeah.
not riding in 4 days is a long ass time when you're in the off season.
Dude, a long time.
4 days
Especially
off a
when
motorcycle is a long time.
Because realistically, this is kind of how it goes off season. Is October, you finalize all deals and the manufacturers are like hustling to try to get you your bikes. So you really start like end of October, beginning of November. And then you have 2 full months of training if you don't have any overseas races and you're not hurt.
Yeah, but even with this schedule, like we haven't even raced this schedule with SMX where deals are getting signed and you're supposed to be getting products as you're trying to finish up SMX.
That too.
That's another thing we need to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think in the trenches this week, I think Dylan Ferrandis is deeper than Jett.
And I mean, Dylan Ferrandis and Colt Nichols has got to get out of the trenches, bro.
And
they're way too good.
And you know what the deal with Colt Nichols is too?
Mm.
Like, to me, I know it's crazy, but it's the same shit with Jett. Like, dude, Colt Nichols is so fast. But if you don't get the start, Colt Nichols, like, this is my analogy for like what goes on at Supercross. Like for Colt Nichols, what do you think happens if I put Colt Nichols in top 3 in the heat?
Yeah, he finishes 5th.
Okay. All that happened was he crashed in the on the start in the first heat and got a shitty gate pick for the LCQ and couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
And all he needed was a good start and he could have got a 5th and like a 12th in the main.
Yeah.
He went from not making the main completely to from a bad crash on the start to, you know, he could have been a 12th, like easily.
Yeah, but bro, this is what I'm saying though, is like, that's like 95% of everybody on the starting line.
If you put
them in the same, if you put them in 3rd, they're going to make the main event. Like if you put Cade Clayson in 3rd off the start in the heat race, he's going to probably make 9th.
Yeah.
You know? He will actually for sure make 9th.
Yeah.
He could ride fast enough for 3 or 4 laps and give him enough gap where it doesn't matter unless it's Tomac or Jett coming through the pack in the heat race. Like he's going to get that position. Just look at Chisholm made his like 1000th main in heat 2.
Dude, insane.
You know what I'm saying?
Insane.
Just got a good start and rode his own race and made it. Dude, right out of the heat.
You know who else was fucking sick?
Huh.
I was so impressed with because he's, no offense.
What? Mitchell Oldenburg?
Nope. Freddie Noren, dog. I haven't seen Freddie look that solid on Supercross ever.
I know. He looked good, but dude, he did crash quite a bit in practice.
Did he really still?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the most solid, fastest he's ever looked in Supercross. Disagree or agree?
Yeah, agree. I mean, yeah, that's the best I've seen him look in Supercross, period.
Okay. Thanks, Calcos Plumbing, for that beautiful segment in the trenches. Last segment, dude. Dirt tricks.
Dirt tricks.
Does the zebra keep his stripes?
Ooh.
I got somebody in mind. You got somebody?
I got somebody.
Who?
We've been talking about a lot tonight. Joe Shimoda.
Oh.
Is he going to make new stripes or is he going to keep his old stripes? Time will tell. But
I know,
right
but
now,
like this is my rebuttal. And this is like, I want to say yes, but I seen the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one bad start away from going right back to where he was. Because let me look at the heat race really quick with a minute. Because he still didn't come back in the heat and win.
No.
Right?
Nope.
Like, and he wasn't even, well, I mean, he did have Danger Boy in his heat, right?
Yeah. What was he in heat 1 or heat 2?
He was in heat 1. But he got 4th, bro. Hunter Yoder still beat him.
Yeah.
In the heat. You're telling me that
he started 9th and then was 6th, then 5th, then 4th, and then stayed in 4th.
And he ran his fastest lap time, obviously in traffic.
Yeah.
But was still a 106.6.
Yep.
Which is still 3rd fastest.
Mm-hmm.
Behind Hayden Deegan and Cole Davies.
Yep.
So the speed was there to win with Cole Davies and Hayden Deegan on the ground with a kid that's a sophomore, Juju Beaumer.
But
behind
he did qualify out of practice. He qualified 2nd out of everybody. So he has somewhat of a speed.
Yes, I get that, but I'm just saying, I don't know if I can give him stripes yet. Like, to me, I don't think the Zebra is going to make new stripes yet. I don't think he's got them.
No, he does not have. He has like 1 stripe.
Maybe. Like, you know those fox heads you get when you get a win?
Yes.
Like Joe Shimoda's got 1 stripe on his ass where, like, if you get it at the right angle, like, you can kind of see the zebra stripe coming in.
Yes. He's so, like, that's what just drives me crazy about Joe right now is, like, he's such on, like, a tightrope right now.
Dude, that's the perfect analogy, dog. He is on a tightrope and 1 misstep, he's fallen all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, like, he could fall on the championship side of this 250 West Coast and just be ripping and just take it for what it is and just start clicking off podiums. Like, not even like race wins. I don't even care about race wins right now.
Nope.
Like, give me a 3rd this weekend. Give me some consistency next weekend, and then give me like a 3rd or a
3
2nd.
podiums in a row.
Yes.
Dude, and you know what I thought was really interesting about Joe, which tells kind of a lot about him? Jace from Gypsy asked him the question, like, hey, you know, he's talking about his heritage and what would you say to young Japanese riders coming up, since he was the first and only ever Japanese rider to win a Supercross.
Yeah.
And he said, this isn't verbatim, but this is like what he said. He said that as a Japanese person, you get a lot of pressure put on you, like way more than normal. You know, as like a Japanese rider, your parents and people around you put an immense amount of pressure, like a lot. He said, and it was like from the heart.
Yeah, I know. He felt like, I almost seemed like he was almost going to tear up.
That's what I mean. Like, I've never seen somebody say something so heartfelt. And he said, I just want to tell the kids to have more fun. And I don't know if he said in Japan, but
well, he said also, I think he kind of worded it as like, he wishes that he had more fun growing up and a little bit more lighthearted, and it would have made this transition a lot easier is if he had more fun kind of coming up.
Yes. Like, it didn't matter as much to just have to win.
Yeah.
You know, and that tells me so much about Joe, because Joe wants to win, and he just hasn't been able to figure it out because he wants it so bad. He gets so frustrated and like just builds it up. And like when something goes wrong, it's this big, huge deal instead of like the heat race. Yeah. Oh, got a shitty start. What? I got 4th. Fuck it. I'm going to go to the main and win. And he did it. You know, like no big deal. It's just brush it off. You know, and I know I'm going back to Hayden Deegan all the time, but just like Hayden, he fucking went from last to 5th. Yeah, it was, you know, it wasn't the best night, but he was just like, yeah, fuck it. I got 5th. It wasn't the best night, but whatever. I'm going to go next weekend.
Yeah, I don't think Hayden Deegan was like that. He was probably like, what the fuck am I doing out there, dude? I'm making it so hard on myself.
Yeah, exactly. But he's not he's saying more so like, oh, I'm making it hard on myself instead of saying like, oh my God, it was a catastrophic weekend. We're going back to the drawing board.
Yeah, but the problem, so like the way that I think, this is my personal opinion again, but Hayden Deegan knows that that's not his result. That's not him.
Yeah.
You know, he just had some unfortunate events that happened to him.
Yeah.
And he just got to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
If that happened to Joe, he's going to be like, why does this always happen to me? Like, I put myself in this position all the time. Where it's just like, no, that's not me. I'm a winner. I can get a whole shot and win.
Yeah.
And he needs to start believing that, like, when some shit fucking bad happens, it's not just because it's you. You know?
Yeah.
It's not meant for you. It's just some shit fucking happens.
Yeah, sometimes it just weird shit goes on.
Especially in Supercross.
The script, bro.
The script.
Oh my God. Are we talking about the script?
Dude, the script is deep right now, dude.
Dude, did you not see the check already written to Freddie Noren? The Rocky Mountain check?
Dude, the Rocky Mountain check was written to Freddie Noren before the LCQ
Dude, it's the
started.
script. I know, and then he goes out and wins.
And gets another $1,000, just like Gavin Towers.
Dude, and they both won, and they both won the check.
Hell yeah.
Script. Imagine. Okay, well, I just want to get your take on something, Ty. We're going to finish this show out. So, I was talking to the Arena Cross guy.
Yep.
Check this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear some more drama?
Yep.
Vince fucking Friese.
Oh, God.
You ready?
Yes.
So, apparently, Vince, at the last round of Arena Cross, wins his heat, but doesn't get the fastest lap time, right?
Yeah.
Brees wins his heat, but gets the fastest lap time. So, Vince gets second gate pick because Brees won his heat, but got the fastest lap time.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, that's the end of time rule.
Yes. End of time rule. Vince pulls up into the gate first, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're screaming at him and yelling at him, I guess, to get out of the gate. And Vince won't get out of the gate.
No way.
Dude, Vince will not get out of the gate.
So what happened?
So I guess Vince stayed in his gate. I need to check this. I need to read these texts. But Vince stays in his gate. And now the AMA, they're like, I guess somebody's protesting because Vince wouldn't leave the gate. Vince didn't get the first gate and he would not leave out of the gate.
Dude. The mental capacity of that motherfucker being able to put the blinders on, like, it's a goddamn superpower, dog.
Dude, I've never, like, imagine.
Where is the AMA official? Because there's an AMA official at these races.
Dude, imagine being Vince Friese and just not pulling out. Just not, like, the AMA guy comes up to you.
He probably won the race, too.
Okay, he was first heat race, he won. So he was under the impression he'd get first gate pick. At prior rounds, he was first and he won, but because he wasn't the fastest lap time, he doesn't get the first gate pick. Brees was faster in heat 3. Needless to say, Vince was not having it. Okay? He rolled into his outside gate and refused to back out of it. Officials came over, explained the rules, and he said no. Eventually, Tony had to calm down Vince. Vince was heated, told Sean something. There's only 2 other Arena Cross series that I can go there instead. Okay? Yes. Go ahead. The rules are the rules. Keeping it fair for everyone, Sean replied. Okay.
God damn.
What? Dude, how savage is that? After reluctantly moving out of the gate, fast forward 3 minutes and we're racing, red cross flag comes out on lap 2. Vince and Brees jump the finish line under caution lights with the flag out and finds out immediately after the race about the flag and his penalty. Now he's feeling a little bit attacked or something. Lots of talk with MCR and the AMA after that.
Oh God.
Bro, if
Now we can't even abide by rules now, or
Dude,
what?
if you want to watch the shit go down, Arena Cross is here for it. I mean, dude, I don't know. What's the take on this, bro?
That's some Arena Cross shit, dog.
I mean, when does it end though? With Vince?
Never. Just ask Justin Thomas, dude. He said no. He always says, dude, he's got a brain loose when he puts his helmet on. And there's just something this is missing when he puts his helmet on.
I'm gonna be interested. I'm gonna follow up and see what the rule is, see what happens with that. I gotta follow up. I have to. I love Arena Cross. I've never loved Arena Cross more than I love.
So
Arena
is
Cross.
Vince still doing Arena Cross?
Yes, he's gonna win the championship.
So when's the next round? Because he's doing Supercross right now.
I don't know, but you better believe they probably got it on Sunday so Vince can race it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. I honestly, after this weekend, Vince is going to Arena Cross. He ain't showing up at Supercross, right?
Yeah,
dude. Vince went from the WSX villain fighting for possibly a championship that they had kind of scripted over there to like
kind of scripted.
It wasn't scripted, but now to kind of like literally just getting his goggle strap blown to the cheap seats. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
there was a couple times in the main event where he got freight trained with like Eli Tomac and Barsha and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, it's good to see.
I mean, dude, it's not good to see. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Either way, I mean, that's a great way to end the show. Thank you guys for watching. Track Talkers episode 1. Dude, this studio was a pain, bro.
Hey, but we got it.
We got it started.
For the rest of the season, it's
gonna get better.
It's gonna keep on improving.
Yep. The segments are gonna get better.
We're gonna keep on putting out more content.
Yep. More content. We're gonna get better at this stuff. We appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you share it with your friends. Like, subscribe. Tell the homies. We're coming, dude.
Coming. Hey, Track Talkers Media.
Track Talkers Media. Bro, who would have ever thought? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And too, you know what's pretty cool is SKDA sponsored the show and is going to do some giveaways.
Ooh, let's go.
And I think we're going to do some Twisted Tea giveaways, possibly some ticket giveaways as well.
Oh, let's go.
So
keep a lookout.
So we want to, give back.
Yeah.
Give back to the fans.
And help you guys.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. We're trying to help us grow too. So like if you could tell the homies, that'd be sick.
Yes. But it starts with you.
It does. We love you guys. Let's put it this way. We don't have a show without y'all.
Yep.
Thank you. Track Talkers, Season 2, Episode 1.